Have you ever wondered why your mood influences the way you go about day-to-day interactions? My name is Ryan Troy, and the article I did is titled Effective Influences on Causal Inferences, the Effects of Mood on Attributions for Positive and Negative Interpersonal Episodes. So throughout the day, we make interpersonal communication and interactions with other human beings. And depending on how you wake up and how you start your day and the mood and the emotions and the feelings that you're feeling that day can determine how you go about each interaction. So a preview of the article is a person's mood can determine how they will be affected day to day. Depending on one's mood can help determine the reaction during interpersonal interactions. So going in hand with that, emotions are an essential component to social situations and also life in general. This article mainly reaches out to people who look at bettering their interpersonal communication skills and really diving into the reasons why they so-called snap at people, or how their mood can affect their relationships, and they don't want to act or react in certain ways, but the way that they are feeling and their emotions that they are showing can determine how they react to different situations. I found this quote that I found really interesting. It says, "Moods thus provide the underlying affective context for most of our ongoing thought processes and behaviors." This goes in hand with interpersonal communication and interactions throughout the day, where if you're happy, the way you perceive interactions and the way you see people talk to you is a more joyful and understanding way, whereas if you wake up and you're in an angry mood, you'll often snap at people and won't give them the time of the day to really get personal with you and be able to communicate in the best way possible. So my hypothesis for this article going into it was one's mood will affect their day-to-day relationships and interactions. As I read throughout the article, it clearly stated that mood definitely does have an effect on how you react and how you communicate throughout your day. I also mentioned that emotions are the trigger that determine the way people will react. And I said negatives create negatives and positives create positives. So you're in a negative mood, you'll react negatively. You're in a positive mood, you'll react in a positive way. So throughout this research, the researchers found that happy moods produced more optimistic and lenient causal attributions, while those in negative moods were more critical. Another quote that I found says, "Good moods can produce a consistently more lenient, generous, and optimistic explanatory style for real-life incidents than do negative moods." I said emotions will set your interpersonal interactions up for success or failure. Depending on how you feel, once again, or the emotions that are built up in your body can kind of drive you in a direction of how your interpersonal communication will go throughout the day. If you're more joyful, people will enjoy talking to you more, and you'll just build more relationships and have a better understanding with people rather than being negative and showing a negative persona. So the way I applied this article and my findings into my real life is I live with roommates, and every morning we wake up and everyone feels different ways. But really looking at this article, I'm starting to understand that if I can control the way I can control the way I feel, and I can control my mood every morning, I'll be able to control how I react and how I talk to my roommates. Obviously, living with the same people for a year, you get tired of them. But I think this gives me a good understanding that if I wanted to make the best year possible, I put forth my best effort in creating better situations, and I think I do that in a more positive mindset and a more positive mood. And that in general, if I just live by that in general will help me with my interpersonal communication and my relationships throughout my life. So yeah, in conclusion, this article debriefed how the mood and everyone's inner feelings can help their interpersonal or hurt their interpersonal communication. People are often more reactive than proactive, and yeah, so I like this research study a lot. Thank you.